Welcome to the BetQL Daily Boost. I'm Lucy Burge of BetQL.com, and I am joined by Kate Constable and Rick Chapsky. And ahead of the Super Bowl, it is Super Bowl week, everybody. We have an odds boost to get you ready for it on Miles Sanders and Jalen Hurts to each have over 59.5 rushing yards in the Super Bowl. This is boosted to plus 325 at Caesars. So Sanders had 90 rushing yards against the Giants and hit this over in 2 other of his last 5 games. And Hurts has hit this over twice in his last 5. So I love the value in this to happen.
I like the running attack of the Philadelphia Eagles this weekend. I'm just going to say that right now. I do like Sanders. I am going to bury all of Sanders' props, including MVP. Okay, I'm just throwing that one out there because I think they're going to try to control the game. They're going to try to run. And if Sanders gets in the end zone, let's say 3 times, and Hurts doesn't throw that many touchdowns, that might be your MVP. So I do like this one because I also think Hurts' shoulder is bothering him more than he is letting on, and he is going to be off and running anytime he can. So a lot of running from the Philadelphia Eagles, and you have a 3-1 prop here, so it's very interesting.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts didn't throw a single touchdown in the NFC Championship game. So is that going to be a similar case again this time? I also like Miles Sanders, his attempts. You know, he's getting plenty of touches on the ball that could easily put him over this rushing number based on what he's had, 11, 17, 11, 12, 21 over the last 5 games. So plenty of opportunities to run the ball. All he needs is maybe 1 or 2 big ones to rip off there, and this is in the bag. So I like this one as well.
Love this. Get in on that at plus 325 at Caesars, and head to BetQL.com and get your free 3-day trial today, and check out our exclusive sportsbook offers there as well. Of course, follow us on Twitter at Kate Constable, at RickCZ1, and at Lucille Burge. Our favorite bets for today. I'm going to take the plunge once again and go with the Celtics.
Against my Pistons, too.
Mine is against the Pistons, Rick. Well, have you seen the Pistons, Rick?
They're terrible. I know that.
And you know what? I do feel bad because the Celtics also have been having a tough time when it comes to covering the spread. But Celtics minus 11 against the Pistons. I like them to cover here. The Pistons have failed to cover the spread in 6 of their last 7 and have failed to cover in 6 of their last 9 total games. 6 of their last 7 on the road, and 6 of their last 9 total. On the road, the Celtics are 17-9 and 12-13-1 against the spread, so not totally miserable. The Celtics have also covered the spread twice against the Pistons this season, having beaten them by 16 in one of those games. So I think they can once again pull off a win like that and cover this spread minus 11. Although I'm scared.
Sadly, I think that Boston will do this today. I was looking at one of these analytical sites, and it was showing some of the worst defenders in the NBA. And it was like a list of the top 15, and Ivy was on there, Bogdanovich was on there, and Sadiq Bey was on there. So 3 of Detroit Pistons. So fantastic,
Wonderful.
Detroit. That's how bad that defense is. So that
Motor City,
looks
baby.
good for your Boston Celtics. Yeah, exactly. Yay. I'm going second here today, and avid listeners of the program will be like, Rick usually doesn't go second, but I am today because I'm going to be setting up Kate here. I'm usually a college basketball guy, but I couldn't find anything today. I'm not really into the SWAC and handicapping that conference, and I wasn't going to go with Tarleton State today. And there's 2 top 25 matchups, tease, but both of them I'm iffy on. I do like the home teams, but I'm going to go in the NBA real quick. Sacramento Kings over 234.5. Sacramento, worst loss of the season last night. They're on a back-to-back, but none of their starters played over 20 minutes. They waved the white flag early yesterday and got killed by the Pelicans. I expect a huge bounce back tonight from Sacramento, the number 1 scoring team in the NBA, against a terrible defensive Houston Rockets squad. So give me the over 234.5. And Kate, those 2 basketball games, Texas, Kansas, and then Duke, Miami. I like both home favorites, slight favorites. But I wanted to ask the person who has a college basketball show on the BetQL network on the weekends about these games. So that's why I'm letting you take over.
Yeah, so my best bet for today, at least on this show, is Miami minus 3.5. I think they win and cover against Duke. Duke showed that they can rebound very well in their win over UNC and should have the rebounding advantage tonight against Miami. But I love Miami's backcourt against Duke's. I mean, the 3 players that Miami has in their backcourt, Isaiah Wong, Nigel Pack, Jordan Miller, that's probably one of the best backcourts in the country. They should be able to generate enough offense, be quick enough where Duke really can't defend them as well as they would like. And I'm also just worried about this being a little bit of a letdown spot for Duke after coming off that big win over UNC. You know, such a hyped up game, a huge rivalry, very emotional win. So I like Miami at home. Like that one. I'm a little concerned about Kansas, to be honest, Rick. Kansas doesn't cover. They're not exactly like wowing me right now. Outside of Jalen Wilson, no one is shooting the ball well. No one is scoring. Now, maybe that regresses back a little bit more towards the mean now that they're back at home. But I would honestly take the points with Texas. I'm not going to take Texas to win outright. I think Kansas wins, but I think this is a 1-possession game. So if you're able to get Texas at, I think it's 3.5, maybe some 4s still out there, I would take 4. But this is going to be a very close one, I think.
See, I was waiting for Kate's advice to make my staff pick on these games today. I think I'm going to go with Texas to cover after that. So we get in on Kate's advice and the staff picks at BetQL.com and all of this and our bets, and subscribe to the BetQL Daily Boost wherever you get your podcasts.